Welcome to Mind Awakening TV, where we explore thought-provoking insights, expand your mind, and challenge the way you see the world. If you're ready to open your mind and unlock new perspectives, you're in the right place. Let's dive in and awaken the power within. Once upon a time, in a village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there lived a young woman named Mira. Brimming with curiosity, she forever sought the mysteries tucked within the world and within herself. Mira had always heard whisperings about a magical fork in the road, situated deep in the heart of the woods. A crossroads, villagers claimed, that shaped destinies. Local legend held that those who reached it would discover not only the way ahead, but who they would become. On the morning of her 20th birthday, Mira made a decision. With a crisp dawn breeze at her back, she gathered a small pack, a notebook, and the courage to find that fabled crossroad. The journey would not be easy. The woods were tangled and shadows deepened beneath ancient oaks. But Mira pressed on, her heart pounding with hope and apprehension in equal measure. Hours passed under the canopy's mottled sunlight, until at last she stumbled upon a clearing where two paths diverged. The air felt electric with possibility. Before her, a crooked wooden sign marked the way. Left, right, nothing more. No hints, no warnings. At that very moment, time seemed to stand still. Mira knelt in the soft moss and examined her options. To the left, the path was smooth and familiar, lined with well-worn stones and gentle curves. She recognized it, the same path so many in her village had traveled before. Taking it promised safety, certainty, a well-trod life with few surprises. To the right, the path was wild and unruly. Branches overhung, brambles threatened to snag her. She could see neither the destination nor what trials lay ahead. There were no footsteps to follow. The unknown beckoned, and with it, all the risks and wonders one might imagine. As she hesitated, Mira remembered tales from her grandmother, who spoke often of two mindsets we carry within. One that stays rooted in the comfort of what is known, a fixed mindset, and one forever yearning to discover what is possible, a growth mindset. But never had those stories felt so real as now, standing at the fork itself. Mira first considered the left path, the path of fixed mindset. Those who favored this road tended to believe their abilities and talents were set in stone. They avoided challenges for fear of failure, resented obstacles as proof of their limitations, and rarely sought out opportunities to learn. Their world was defined by boundaries and can't, by whispers that mistakes made you lesser, not wiser. If she chose the well-trodden way, she imagined her steps echoing along predictable rhythms. Sure, she would avoid the thorns and the possibility of getting lost, but wouldn't she also sidestep adventure? Avoiding struggle meant never truly growing. In her heart, Mira sensed a dullness at the end of this road, a safety bought at the cost of discovery. Her gaze shifted to the untrammeled path, the one symbolic of a growth mindset. She imagined other travelers, bold and eager, venturing forward unsure if they would stumble, yet each step teaching them something new. These wanderers didn't fear mistakes. They welcomed them as stepping stones. Their world was not fixed, but fluid. Success was not a destination, but a journey of learning. What would happen if she chose this road? She knew she would face challenges that might expose her weaknesses. There would be failures, and there would be obstacles. But with every step, she would have the chance to adapt, to learn, and to grow. She might not know precisely where the journey would take her, but the person she became along the way would be ever stronger, more resilient, and endlessly curious. As Mira weighed her decision, she realized that the true choice was not about the road itself, but about the mindset with which she approached it. Life, after all, offers many forks. Moments big and small when we decide if we are defined by our limitations or by our willingness to grow beyond them. With newfound resolve, Mira stepped onto the wild and tangled path. Each obstacle she met became a lesson. A fallen log was an invitation to climb, a stretch of mud, an exercise in perseverance, a wrong turn, a reminder that even detours could lead to something wonderful. She learned to cherish her missteps as much as her triumphs, recognizing that every failure offered a chance to understand, adapt, and try again. Though the journey tried her, it also transformed her. Where once she might have shied away from the unknown, she now sought it out. Where she might have given up after a setback, she grew determined, flexible, and creative. Her talents flourished, not because they were innate, but because she nurtured them, embracing the power of yet. I can't do this yet. At sunset, Mira emerged from the woods not at an expected destination, but at a new beginning. She understood now that a growth mindset isn't something you find on a single journey. It is the choice you make at every crossroads, every morning, every challenge. She carried with her the simple but profound wisdom. We become the stories we choose to live. The fork in the road was not just a place in the woods, but a mirror in her soul. Back in her village, Mira shared her adventure, not as a tale of daring for its own sake, but as an invitation. She told friends and family, "Every day we meet our own crossroads. Our choice is not just which path we take, but who we believe ourselves capable of becoming. If you see challenge as a threat, you'll stay where it's familiar. But if you welcome challenge as your greatest teacher, there is no end to how much you can grow." And so, the legend of the fork in the road became more than a story of magical woods. It became a story about the magic within. The lesson, echoing in every heart willing to receive it, was clear. You are not defined by the circumstances you inherit, but by the mindset you choose. Growth comes from embracing the unknown, learning from setbacks, and committing to the endless possibility of who you could become. In the great journey of life, the path we take is shaped not by the ground beneath our feet, but by the spirit within us. The willingness to walk forward, to risk, to try, and most importantly, to grow. Thank you for watching this episode of Mind Awakening TV. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an awakening moment. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and let's continue the conversation. Stay curious and keep expanding your mind.